All right, folks, Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We're rocking and rolling, getting you ready for the 2023 season. And, of course, right now we're shining the spotlight on the Floyd County Buffaloes. Of course, the Buffaloes are led by their legendary head football coach in his 43rd season. At the ripe young age of 70, Winfred Beale. And Coach Beale, thank you, sir, for being on our
Thank you for having me here. This is an honor and a pleasure.
All right, so I'm going to run through some stuff real quick. You started in 1981. Your first record, 4-4-2. That's when ties happen in high school football.
Right.
Billboard's #1 song that year, Betty Davis' Eyes by Kim Carnes. The #1 TV show, Dallas.
Right.
The #1 movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which ironically this year there's another Indiana Jones movie.
Right,
so they're bringing that back. The Oakland Raiders won the Super Bowl that year. The LA Dodgers won the World Series. The Boston Celtics won the NBA Finals. Pat Sajak began hosting Wheel of Fortune.
Oh my goodness.
And of course he announced this
He's
season
retired.
is his last.
Yes. He's
so
retired.
the first space shuttle mission happened with Columbia. Diana and Charles got married over in England. Sandra Day O'Connor becomes the first female justice of the Supreme Court. Ronald Reagan becomes president. The term internet was first mentioned in '81. Then Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Meghan Markle, and Paris Hilton were born. The average cost of a home, $78,000. The average income, $21,000. And the average cost of a gallon of gas, $1.25 when you started.
Oh, baby.
When you bring up that, what does that think?
Right? Yes.
What do you think about all that?
Yeah,
when you first started, all that was going on.
It just blows my mind, really, to see the changes that have happened in a short period of time.
That's some good stuff. I mean, you're still going to be going. I mean,
Right,
like I said, we'll probably still be doing this. You'll be in your 80th year, and I'll be here doing this. So looking at last season, Coach, 7-4 record. You got off to a great start, 6-1, but things kind of fell apart near the end, and then you lost in the first round of the playoffs in Region 2C, second straight playoff appearance. Just your thoughts about that, because you got off such a strong start, but then kind of tailed off near the end.
Yeah, you always want to finish strong, and obviously we didn't finish as strong as we'd have loved to do, but a lot of that had to do with playing some pretty good competition there at the end, and a rematch with Glenver in the playoffs. I'm sure they had us marked since we had beat them earlier during the regular season, but things happen. I don't think it was from a lack of effort or enthusiasm, and really didn't have a lot of injuries, but we just got beat by some better teams there at the end of the year, to be honest with you.
So looking at this season ahead, I mean, obviously, who are some of the guys we should have our eyes on your team coming up this fall?
Well, we've got a good nucleus of kids coming back, and I think it starts with some of the guys we've got up front. We've got some great linemen, Aiden Cox, Zach Vess, Jonah Gardner, Cole Kreiner, and Luke, who you just met today, will all be probably shoring up our offensive line. We have our quarterback back, Ryan Swartzel, Lathom, our tailback, Philip Radford, all-district receiver, and that type of thing, and then some young kids that are moving up from the JV that should shore us up. But we've been real excited about our off season.
When you look at your schedule ahead, you mentioned a little bit of it. I mean, you're not messing around here. You're non-district, of course, starting off again at Christiansburg. And then you got Fort Chiswell, Blacksburg. You're at Grayson County, James River, Patrick County. But the neat thing is your bye is right in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
and then you got Carroll County at Radford, Glenver, and then at Allegheny. Just your thoughts about that schedule and where that bye week, because it's right in the middle. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Oh, yeah. As far as the bye week, we could not ask for a better time, get those first 5 in and then refocus to finish that thing strong. I really feel like not only the district but the region will be as strong as it's ever been. I think this is going to be a great time for high school football. Every team around's working their tails off, and it's going to be a challenge. I think we've got the type of schedule that anybody can beat us, and I feel like we could beat anybody on our schedule. But it's sort of like playing in the SEC of like college. It's some big dogs there that you better have everything ready to go when you get on that field.
You know, Coach, like we mentioned before, you're in your 43rd season, and I've talked to a bunch of coaches already. They're like in their mid-teens, but after that, that's like you way up here. I mean, I guess the biggest question is because, like I said, you do not look like you're 70. You told me you're 70, and I was shocked.
Right.
You know, but
maybe I need to give you my glasses.
there you go. Maybe we need that. Maybe I need whatever you have. So if I look like this at 70, I'm good.
No, I thank you for that.
But I guess the thing is, like, year in and year out, you're just a bundle of energy, and you just have so much respect, and you're revered in this area, you know, not only just for longevity, but what you've done for so many young people. You know, just how special is that for you? Because year in and year out, I mean, you are helping and shaping the minds of a lot of young people.
That's my greatest reward, that I've had that longevity and had the relationships with the players and the community, and be able to see them grow and see their kids and go to their weddings and all the things that come with it. But, you know, it's all about the people, all about the relationships, and I've just been very lucky to be a part of something like that.
Hey, Coach, finally, at the end of the day, what's it going to be to have you guys have the success you feel like you'll have this year over at Floyd County?
For us, everything starts up front. We're going to have to be able to be good in the trenches. We are going to have to control the football, play great, you know, all the coach talk. But I mean, literally, that's, you know, we're blue collar. You know, we don't have a lot of those 5-star recruits or none. You know, we're 3-star athletes that work hard and like the grind and like to play physical football and, you know, that type of deal, you know.
I tell you what, Coach, it's always a joy to see you, sir.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Winfred Beale in the house. And
Thank
of
you,
course,
man.
the Floyd County Buffaloes, they get their season started coming up on August the 25th as they make a visit to the Christiansburg Blue Demons as we put a wraps on checking in on the Floyd County Buffaloes with our Friday Night Blitz Media Days as we get you ready for the 2023 season.
Here we go. How's it feel?
I'm excited for it. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a good year. Last year, high school football. I don't know. I'm excited.
You know, talk to me about, you know, last season. I mean, you guys were able to make some serious strides and do what you guys had to do. I was at that Rapid game. That was wow, man.
Yeah.
You know, I know it didn't necessarily go the way you guys wanted to, but that was a pretty epic matchup just to watch.
Yeah.
What you guys are fully capable of. Now, I guess when you guys look back at all the stuff that you've done, I mean, how do you build off of what you guys built last year?
I think, you know, we saw, like you said, a lot of strides last year. But I think this coming year, I think it'll be even greater strides. I think a lot more guys coming up, younger guys that are becoming juniors now. And the guy have coming up a lot of abilities there, and so I think it'll be, you know,
It'll be a lot of fun.
yeah.
Talk to me, I mean, now that you're kind of one of those guys that are sitting in the senior seat, right? I mean, how, last year, what do you personally take from last year that you can now apply to your senior season? What are some of the things you learned?
I mean, just watching the seniors from last year, how they carried themselves, the leadership they showed to us, to everyone. Just want to bring that as a senior this year, you know, bring that same kind of leadership to the younger guys.
One thing I always know about Coach Wilson is that it's always about the professionalism you get, and then it's also about what you guys do on the field, which is y'all going ramming down somebody's throat.
Yeah.
So, but talk to me, you know, having him as a coach, what is it like having him as a coach? He's a legend all over the place. Everyone knows this man. But what's it like, especially when you hear the voice?
Yeah, you know, it's great. I mean, like you said, he is a legend. It's an honor for him to coach us and learn from him and the other great staff that he has. But he shows us a lot, just how to play football, but also just how to be men as well, and teaches us in that way.
Does he have this season? Lord, I don't know how many times I've asked this question, but what's the motto for this year? I mean, what are some of the things you guys are focusing on to kind of clean? Is it to clean up some things from last year, or is it kind of to start fresh and hit the ground running with something else?
I'd say probably, you know, cleaning things up, neating everything up, you know, sharpening our skills, you know, getting ready for the coming year. Yeah.
And what is the impact that he has had on you personally?
Personally, he's just been a great mentor. I mean, he's always there. I feel like anytime I'd ever need him, I could call him up and he'd be there. Yeah.
And what are some things that you really want to clean up yourself? I know it's all about winning a chip at the end of the day, or playing for one. But I mean, what are some goals and expectations that you have of yourself and of the team?
I mean, I hope to just play to the best of my ability and be the best that I can, while also making everyone else around me, the best they can be, lead them in the way that I can, show them. Yeah.
So you really are ready to step into that senior leadership position.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be in that position.
Have you already yelled at some of the young guys? You can be honest.
I mean, yeah, I'd say so, a little bit.
You probably don't even have to, because I know the voice will already carry you.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone can hear them.
And talk to me. Who got you into football? Was football your original sport you wanted to play?
Football was my original sport. I started playing when I could, back in third grade, playing rec. I almost quit going into my 8th grade year, but another coach talked me back into it right before the season. Came in a little late, but I'm always grateful that he talked me back into it now.
Is it really cool kind of being around this group of guys? I mean, what is it about this group of guys that just kind of keeps you motivated? I mean, I know you're a senior, you can probably get on some of them, but at the same time, there's an accountability aspect that I know that comes with being a Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
How did you kind of stay motivated, and how did they motivate you?
I mean, that's like you're saying, a big thing. That's one of our big mottos is accountability, holding each other accountable. It's just growing up and seeing how not just last year, but every group of guys have carried themselves on that football team, and like the professionalism that you said that we showed, it carries on. The younger kids coming up. So.
And I got to ask you. I mean, here we are. We're maybe a month and some change away. At least that's where my calendar mine is. But I mean, how excited is it for you to kind of you're gonna be lacing it up, putting some pads on, getting out there smacking around. You're gonna hear the voice if you haven't already heard it. But I mean, what is it like? What's it gonna be like when you kind of step out there and do your kind of first game?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna feel great. It's it always takes forever to get to that first game, and after that it goes in a flash. So it's just working hard and getting prepared for that game, because it's all gonna go by fast after that last season.
How much do you kind of want to leave a little bit of a legacy? I mean, I know Coach Beale has his, but I think he always wants you all to be your own trailblazer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is that like?
I mean, he's always talked about that. He wants us to show, wants us to be there and to demonstrate what it is to be a football player for Floyd County, and an example for Floyd County.
What has he taught you in terms of? I know you said you talked about the things that you've learned from him on the field,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, you also kind of touched on what you've learned on him off it.
Yeah.
And how to be a better person, how to be a better man. I mean, what are some of the things that he's kind of told you on how to kind of build you up in that type of category?
Well, I'd say just the compassion he shows and understanding. He's such an understanding guy, and he wants, as much as he wants us to be dedicated to football, he wants us to also have that life outside of it and to enjoy family time, vacations, all that. And he's real understanding and wants us to succeed in every part of our lives.
Nice. And my last thing is, what does it mean when you put that Buffalo's jersey on?
It means I'm representing Floyd County, and I'll continue to do that the rest of my life.
Nice. I appreciate it, my man. Nice to me. What does it mean to you to be a Buffalo?
It just means I'm supporting where I've been raised. This is my county. Planning to show it.
Awesome. And you said you're going in what year did you say?
Junior season.
Junior. So talk to me. I mean, what's it kind of like? You have a senior right behind me.
Yes, sir.
But what's it kind of like following this young man right here and learning from him and how to be a better Buffalo, how to be a better player, how to be a better man? What's that been like?
I mean, I've been raised around them, but they've been great leaders, and I'm excited to give them a great last season.
And I mean, like I was asking him, you got another guy over there.
Yeah.
Coach Bill. What does he mean?
He's like a father figure to me. He's been there through every step of it. Ever since 7th grade when I stepped in that weight room, he just took me in his arm. And I think he does that for all of us.
Does it make you want to go out there and just give him the world, I guess?
Yes, sir.
And, I know last season, you guys had some tough battles last year.
Yes, sir.
I think that's made you guys even more of a hardened team. I mean, you guys were also squeaking some of those wins out too. Talk to me a little bit about last season and how you kind of use some of that as motivation for this year.
I mean, all those close games, Glenver, Radford, I mean, a couple heartbreaks, but it brought us back together. It's made all the guys close, and I think with that friendship and bonds we made, I think we can take it out and show it on the field.
Sorry, I just heard the voice. What does it mean to you when you put that jersey on?
Oh, this means this is my team, and I'm planning to play my heart out for this team.
And the town of Floyd County supports you guys like none other. Whenever I'm there, it's like full. I mean, you see people standing all the way to the fence. So, I mean, what does the town mean to you personally when you see those faces out in the stands?
I mean, it makes me love being part of this county. I mean, they're out there to support me, and I want to play for them.
And what is it about this game that you love so much?
Just the physicality of it. It's man versus man out there, and then you got all your guys to back you up.
And talk to me, who got you into football?
It's been my sport since like about third grade, and I've just kept with it.
Oh, so you started really young with that.
Yep.
What is it that just keeps you coming back, especially on this level?
I mean, I just have a love for the game.
Awesome sauce. Who kind of gave you football? Who put it in your hands first?
I gotta say, it was probably my rec coach, Brian Deskins. He got me into it, and I just brought it throughout school with me.
Never look back, huh?
Nope.
Awesome. And talk to me. You're one of the juniors on this team.
Yeah.
But people also look to you as well. I know you have some young guns as well. How do you kind of shape? I know when you're kind of sophomore, junior year, you're kind of in this really weird middle of the pack. You're junior, you have enough to say, but you're kind of in that middle moment. But how are some of the young guys looking to you as a leader?
I mean, I try to show up every day, show them hard work. It's not so much about the words, but show it with your actions.
Awesome sauce. And talk to me. I mean, you guys are going to be lacing it up pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, heard what your boy had to say about it. What do you have to say about, putting that jersey on, putting some pads on, and go hit?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm excited.
Awesome sauce. Well, you got anything else for me?
I don't know.
That's it.
Yep.